What's up, guys? It's a Dual Factor once again, another video. This time it's going to be a deck profile of the Zoodiac that I promised you guys a couple weeks ago. I finally got the cards that I was missing, or the rarity bumps, I should say. And I've been testing this deck a lot. I am playing the pure build because I think it's the most consistent build, and I am having a lot of fun playing this deck. I recently took it to an OTS at No Limit Gaming. If you look at MCole40's channel, you'll see a lot of the matches. He did videotape some feature matches. I did actually pretty well in the tournament. I was X1 till round 5. I should have finished X1 for the day, but I finished X2 due to an unfortunate round 1 loss because I misplayed game 1 and it honestly affected my play through game 2 as well. But then I managed to string together, 4 wins, and then I took an unexpected loss. So other than that, I like how my deck runs, so I just go ahead and get into the deck profile. I'm also going to show you guys the side. So we play 3 copies of Zoodiac when we're at. For those of you who have seen the actual Zoodiacs, you have to play 3 of this. This is what allows all your combos, and unfortunately it's also the reason why you can't play Pot of Desires in the deck either, which is a really good inherit +1, but you need all 3 rats, so you can't take the risk. So 3 rats, 3 whiptails. This one's really good. This is one that you can attach to your XYZs, and it also gives your XYZs the DD Warrior Lady effect. You always want to have one in hand, and you always want to be cycling one, so it's definitely 3 of, especially in the pure build. And then we play 2 Thoroughblade. I didn't like 3 when I was testing initially, but I don't think 1's enough because it's actually really important in the mirror match because it is the beat stick of the deck, and it gives a lot of things piercing, and you can do a lot of... Sorry if I keep touching the cards, I'm just trying to make sure they're all straight in the video. But anyway, it's the beat stick. It also gives all your guys piercing. Plus, it's also a way to let you play around cards like Chain Disappearance, which was a really popular side card. So that's it for the zoos, just 8, and then we play the auto top engine. You open this card, you should win the game. Like, it honestly generates that big of a plus. It'll let you go into Invoker, let you go into cards like Totem Bird and whatnot. But yeah, 3 of, and then one of the only 2 breaks in my deck that takes on board. Gotta play it. And then the rest of my deck monsters, I just have 4 utility. So 2 Ghost Ogre. I think it's one of the best hand traps. Unfortunately, against Eidolon, I don't think it's very good, or Invoked, so I always side it out because I don't want to make a Mecha buff for free. And then 2 Maxi. It makes going second bearable, plus it's like it pushes your opponent in position to either give me a bunch of cards to deal with your deck, deal with your board, or stop playing. So that's it for the monsters. On to the spells. We play 3 Barrage. This thing got ogred all day long, but opening this and being able to do your combo without a normal summon's pretty broken to me. 3 Tenki. I've been talking to everyone how I've been wanting to be able to play these for so long, and we finally got a deck that I can play it that I'm super excited about. This card's really good. It's another way to get your Mole Rats, way to get your Thoroughblades and your Whiptails, so out of 3 of them in the deck. My favorite card, 2 Chalice. It's good going first or second. Like, you get a negate monster effect, you can get over your opponent's Durancias by chalicing theirs, and, like, it's just, there's so much utility in that card. My body is a shield. It's kind of funny that this card's relevant again, but, I mean, like, pay 1,500 and you're set. My second favorite card in the deck is Instant Fusion. A lot of people don't like it. I think it's absolutely phenomenal because it allows you to play through Ghost Ogre, because a lot of the times you'll make Tiger Mortar when they have, when you have Rat Pier under it, and you'll activate it to summon another Rat Pier. And they'll go trigger your Tiger Mortar. Well, then you can instant fusion back the Rat Pier that was under the Tiger Mortar, and you can make Broad Bull, which I think is the best one because it's generic, and continue your combo. And then the 1-ofs, I do play the 1 Book of Moon. I think it's the best utility spell. And then a lot of people question this, but I play the 1 Upstart. Yes, I am aware that it does take away from the OTK. However, I take consistency over OTK any day of the week, because the Zoomir is not won by cheekiness, it's won by actually being the better player. So there's that. On to the trap. Second break in my deck, Zoodiac combo, but you have to play it. And then basically the next 7 trap cards I show you are all the same rarity because they all do the same thing. They prevent your opponent from playing the game. So there's that. Don't make fun of my Torrential Tribute because I couldn't find my first ed one, so I have this gold rare. And then Compulse. So this was my favorite trap card. Hands down. Anytime I resolved it in a game, I won. So that was the main deck. On to the extra. Asuna, she's in all my decks. No need to explain that. And then for the zoo cards, I played 1 of the bow. You only need 1 bow. 2 Tiger Mortar. Let's see now. Here we go. Trying to get it centered for you guys. 2 Tiger Mortar. 2 Broadwool. This is the best one. I don't care what anyone says. Like, everyone's like, oh, Durancia's the best one. Negative. This is generic 4, and it searches everything in your deck. It's best one, and then Drancia. So I played 7 zoo extra deck monsters. It's all you need, really. You cycle through them, and then you recycle them so easy. Like it's almost unfair. And then for the other cards, the Norden for the instant fusion. And then I was playing Totem Bird, but then I recently cut it for this card, Mega Equipped Engineer. For those of you who remember this card, it's a rank 3. You detach and target attack position monster, and then for the rest of the turn, that card can't be destroyed by battle or by card effect. I play this because I'm getting tired of getting Ghost Ogred. And if you have Terra Top and a way to resolve your barrage and stuff like that, this is guarantees you can play the game. Plus, in games 2 and 3, because I do side Fossil Dyna, it just keeps your Dyna alive. So, I like it better than Totem Bird. The 1 Invoker, the Samurai for OTKs, and then I only play the 1 Emerald. I was playing 2, but then I noticed like a lot of my games, I never go into the second one. If I am going into the second one, I'm typically losing the game, as funny as that sounds. So I decided to cut it to 1 for now, and so far it says it just fine. I haven't really missed a second. And then it lets you play cards like this, Rhapsody, which I think this is really important in the mirror because it makes room in the extra deck. Plus, it also pumps your Drancia is bigger than theirs, so they're forced to pop prematurely and stuff like that. And I think this card's worth it. And then I am playing the Lightning package. I wasn't playing it beforehand. That being said, I started playing it because the Invoked deck came out, and a lot of them are playing the Wind Witch build, and I'm not trying to lose to a Crystal Wing that can't be destroyed by card effect. So I wanted to play a card that could get over it. And it actually came up, and I'm glad I played this. Plus, you get some cheeky OTKs, because if you stop your opponent, if they normal summon the rat and you max in and they decide to stop, you can just poke them for 5k. And then to the extra deck, 2 Fossil Dyna Patches Cephalo. This is the best card in the extra deck. Like, it prevents your opponent from playing, and then if you make this a Mech Equipped Engineer and a trap card, like, you can't lose the game. Like, it's that good. 2DD Crow. I think this hand trap's hilarious. I think it's really good. I never got to resolve it, though, because I haven't at the OTS I didn't get to because I never drew into it. But, like, in testing, like, it takes away Deviatis and Unku's in the Infernoid matchup, which you shouldn't lose to Infernoid anyway. I don't care what anyone says. But yeah, it takes those away from them. It takes away the Molmerats. Like, you have infinite targets. My favorite side card, absolute 100%, Lullaby of Obedience. It's really funny because because you're always gonna side in the mirror match. I always side it going first or second because I honestly love playing this card. Depending on what your hand is, you can either call their Terra Top so you can make your own, you can call their Terra Top so you can make your own rank 3 like Mech Equipped or Invoker depending on what you need. My favorite play is if you have the combo and then you have this in hand, you can do your combo and then use this to call Molmerat Rapier, and then you can just take their rat. Because if you can fill your field, then they're forced to put it in your hand, which it's really easy to fill your board with 5 monsters in the deck, so you just take it, put it in their hand, and then they just don't get a play for the rest of the game because you have their 3rd rat. 2 enemy controller. I thought this card was really good, especially against people who side chain disappearance, because when they hit your rat, you can just take this, chain it, take their monster, play the game. So I thought that was cool. Only 2 Twin Twister. I honestly think, a lot of people say this card's really good this format. I think it's terrible, to be perfectly honest, because all the trap cards are all chainable. Like, it's only good like if you draw it going second and they don't have barrier. If they have barrier, you just lose. So I'm like, this card's okay. And then people started saying chain disappearance. So, like, I feel like I'm signing it out of necessity and not because I want to. But, I don't know. We'll see what happens. 2 board wipes. I still stand by I think board wipes are terrible, but I'm going to side these regardless. And then the auto win if you open it and resolve it against, well, if you hit Alistair or if you hit Molmerat, chain disappearance. Like, it's an auto win if you resolve it. But that was my Zoodiac deck profile. I'm going to be showing you guys a water deck profile for sure. And then once I finish the Invoked deck, which I need 2 more cards to finish it, I think it is. I'm going to be showing that to you guys also. And then I am going to try to get you some matches. But always remember to like, comment, subscribe, and tell me what you guys think. Later.